If you are not listed as non-essential, assume that you're essential.
Safer at home.
Rather than shutting the entire state down, I propose a different solution.
The mass list of businesses now mandated to close their doors.
We will fight it together, and we will win together.
Help is on the way. What the coronavirus relief bill now means for your wallet.
People weren't only catching beads who were here for Mardi Gras, they were catching coronavirus.
Carnival season culprit. But tonight, our local health officials say something isn't adding up. NBC 15 News at 6 starts now. The coronavirus continues to spread across the globe, taking the world by surprise. A lifeline is coming to main streets across America that have been devastated by the virus. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, the latest here in Alabama. We now have more than 620 cases in the state, 23 in Mobile County, 5 in Baldwin, 2 in Washington, and 1 in Escambia County, Alabama. There are 3 deaths in North Alabama, and in Mobile County, a 66-year-old man has died who recently traveled out of state. He had a history of underlying medical conditions. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey also ordered all non-essential businesses to close down effective tomorrow at 5 p.m. The Safer at Home order is in an effort to encourage social distancing. Those closures include entertainment venues, athletic facilities and activities, non-essential close contact service establishments, and non-essential retail stores. In making today's closure announcements, the governor took a shot at Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth. Ainsworth has criticized Ivey's handling of the pandemic, saying she has not done enough to prepare the state. Here's the governor's comeback.
What is not helpful is raising challenges and criticisms and issues that we're already aware of, but offering no solution and showing no willingness to work with the task force, the team that's trying to fix it.
The governor told reporters she is doing everything she can to protect all Alabamians. The closure of Alabama beaches has also been extended to April 18th. Gulf State Park remains open, though. The campgrounds, trails, and other non-beach areas are open normal hours. Across the country, 22 states are now under mandatory stay-at-home orders. That's as leaders try to slow the spread of the deadly virus. The United States has become the world's epicenter with more than 100,000 cases. The death toll has surpassed 1,500. Well, relief is on the way for millions of Americans. President Trump signed the $2.2 trillion coronavirus relief package today. The bill will send money to individuals and families, bolster unemployment benefits, help businesses large and small, and also give millions to governments on all levels to provide emergency services during the crisis. Today, we spoke with Alabama Representative Bradley Byrne about the bill. Here's what he had to say.
Now, there are things in this bill that I don't like and I wish weren't in the bill, but you have to take a big picture here. We're under super extraordinary circumstances, and we need an extraordinary piece of legislation to answer them.
The White House expects to issue stimulus checks within 3 weeks or so. The stimulus bill also has good news for the Port of Mobile. It unlocks funds the Army Corps of Engineers can now use for harbor maintenance. That, officials say, will put Mobile in a position to better assist with the economic recovery. It's day 8 with empty tents sitting at Ladd-Peebles Stadium in the grounds in Mobile. There is no activity right now, but that will end soon.
By Wednesday, the city should have enough testing kits so that all of our off-site testing is actually in place. So by Wednesday, the site at Ladd Stadium should be fully operable.
University Hospital will be over the testing site at Ladd-Peebles Stadium. A reminder, you cannot just show up and get tested because you're curious. The mayor says you must be screened for symptoms of COVID-19 before getting tested. Today, testing tents were being set up at Mobile Infirmary. Crews were out installing barricades as well. Mobile Public Safety Director James Barber says the testing site should be up and running by Monday. The drive-through site will be by appointment only. We are learning some people who have limited means and are suffering some of the symptoms are having difficulty getting in the door. Here's NBC 15's Darwin Singleton.
When members of the search and rescue crew Go Rescue are called upon, Steve Thornton is one who is quick to answer, with a search canine at his side. I met up with him last summer in Grand Bay during the search for a young autistic man who was eventually found safe. But now it's Steve who finds himself in need.
I started feeling ill about 5 days ago. Had some vomiting. Day after that, I started running a fever. Not a very high one, but a fever. And it's slowly progressed since then.
Steve doesn't know if it's just a bug, the flu, or COVID-19. So, of course, he wants to be tested.
So I called urgent care by my house. They told me it would be $100 for the visit, $100 for the phone interview to tell me if I can be tested. I called the Alabama Department of Health, and they told me the only option I had was to go to urgent care.
And that's when the reality of the coronavirus crisis hit home for Steve. His concern is less for himself and more for his mother.
My mother is a very high-risk person, and I don't have the money to be tested. But what about all these other people out here with the same issues that I'm having?
So for now, in an effort to protect his mom, Steve has quarantined himself in a motorhome outside his mother's house. He hopes it's just a bug that will soon be gone. But it's the not knowing that has him and other low-income and now unemployed Americans asking the same important question.
My absolute biggest worry with this thing is if us low-income families don't have the money to be tested, then how are we supposed to stop the spread of this virus?
In Mobile, Darwin Singleton, NBC 15 News.
Help may be on the way for people like Steve Thornton. Mayor Stimson said today the Mobile County Health Department is working on details about testing for the uninsured, but he made it clear anyone who needs a test will get one as long as they go through the screening process. Now, if you need to be tested, there are several locations here along the Gulf Coast. There are 2 facilities in Baldwin County, one at North Baldwin Hospital in Bay Minette, and one at Thomas Hospital in Fairhope, as well as 3 Circle Church. In Mobile County, Greater Mobile Urgent Care is also testing. In Monroe County, people can get tested at Monroe County Hospital in Monroeville. You need to call ahead to set up an appointment to get tested. There are also a few private institutions testing for the virus in Mobile, but you have to be an established patient. We have all this information on our website, mynbc15.com. Louisiana has seen a staggering number of cases and is on the way to becoming an epicenter. Most of the cases are in New Orleans. Now experts are saying Mardi Gras is to blame for the number of growing cases. Dr. Rebecca G. says people were not only catching beads, but they were also catching coronavirus. It's a report that's raising concerns here in Mobile as well, as more than 1 million Mardi Gras revelers also flocked to the port city throughout the month of February. We asked Mobile County health officials and Mayor Sandy Stimson about those worries. NBC 15's Corey Pippen joins us live in studio with what they had to say. Corey?
Kim, Mobile County health officials say there's no evidence right now that Mardi Gras is to blame for an outbreak of coronavirus in our area. Today, Dr. Randy Murphy with the Mobile County Health Department addressed the report that Mardi Gras led to a high number of infected in New Orleans. She says that is something they've looked into locally, but the timing of the first reported coronavirus cases in Mobile County and Mardi Gras season doesn't line up. Mayor Stimson says it's not something they can know for sure, but he believes the 2 cities aren't in the same situation.
I don't know how you tie that together. Mobile is a little bit different than New Orleans in our Mardi Gras celebrations. We do not have the number of visitors coming to Mobile like they do in New Orleans from different and faraway places.
Published reports put New Orleans Mardi Gras attendance around 1.4 million. This year, Mobile saw Mardi Gras attendance just over 1 million people. Kim?
Corey, thank you. After the announcement today of closures of many businesses around the state, the Baldwin County Emergency Management Agency is shifting its most immediate needs to its first responders.
One thing we're focusing on is what will be the immediate needs of our community. And so our focus is on hospitals, EMS, and then our public safety sector, which is fire and EMS, which respond to the vast amount of our calls here in Baldwin County.
With unemployment on the rise, the need for food pantries is exploding. NBC 15's James Gordon shows us how Prodigy Pantry in Spanish Fort is getting ready for its next big emergency distribution this Tuesday.
On Volunteer Day, this parking lot is usually full, and those volunteers are for the most part senior citizens. And even though there's only a few cars here, it will get the job done. It may be only a handful of volunteers, but that's by design.
We're using a new crew, and we are following all the social distancing guidelines.
Guidelines that include quarantining deliveries based on new health department rules for food banks. Volunteers, too, are told to be extra careful. The doctor's office where Lauren Richardson works is shut down, so she knew being here was the right thing to do. She volunteered through her church.
That was my first thought. Like, if I'm not going to be able to go to work or anything, I might as well help the community out in some way.
Churches from all over the county are helping organize the volunteer program, which in turn will help feed several thousand families in need of food.
Oh, I'm a single parent. I have 2 kids, and so this hits home to me. I mean, I've struggled in the past, and whatever I can do to give back to the community means a lot to me, because the community's been there for me before.
The plan is to continue serving the needs of the community throughout the virus scare. Now, weekly pickups may have to be adjusted, but everyone who has signed up with the food bank will be notified. Volunteers can sign up through their church or call the Prodigy Pantry directly.
Or go online to volunteer at prodigypantry.org. We will call you. We are filling our volunteer slots by direct contact.
As you can see, volunteering is really appreciated, but the pantry really needs cash donations. For more information on that, go to our website at mynbc15.com. In Baldwin County, James Gordon, NBC 15 News.
Again, the next food distribution will happen Tuesday, March 31st from 9 a.m. until noon. If you can't make it, there are several pantries in our area. You can find a map of pantries under the Find It section of our website, mynbc15.com. Hammering down on price gouging, Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall is partnering with Facebook to make sure you are not getting taken advantage of during this pandemic. Marshall says much of the price gouging happens online. Facebook will now identify and shut down online price predators. Pritchard City Hall is now closed. Mayor Jimmy Gardner made the announcement earlier today, saying it will remain in effect until the national and state of emergency is lifted. NBC 15 News is dedicated to bringing you the latest information on how this pandemic is impacting our area. For all of our coronavirus coverage, head over to mynbc15.com. Well, still to come, social distancing from home, how teachers are sending love to their students while school is out. Here's a live look at our beach cam and Gulf Shores. Take a moment to enjoy the view from home. Chief Meteorologist Alan Sills will have your full forecast right after the break.
This is NBC 15 News, winner of Best Newscast from the Alabama Broadcasters Association.
New tonight at 6, after days of searching, a missing 4-year-old has been found. Evelyn Sides went missing along with her dog last week. She was in Auburn. Lee County Sheriff's Office says little Evelyn is alive and more information on her condition will be released soon. Well, Governor Kay Ivey ordered all schools in the state of Alabama to switch to alternative methods of learning, which means students will no longer see their friends and teachers at school. Daphne East Elementary School took matters into their own hands to safely change that today. NBC 15's Jaysha Patel shows us all of the excitement as teachers roll through their students' neighborhoods.
Thank you. Daphne East Elementary School teachers have missed their students so much, they decided to visit them today, social distancing style.
We decided we wanted to show them how much we love and miss them, and we wanted to come visit them. So we have created a pandemic parade.
After decorating their cars,
I'm excited to see which students will be out there.
Teachers took off on a 2-hour parade route, starting at their school and making their way along Highway 13 and through students' neighborhoods.
I miss y'all and I love y'all.
With school lessons shifting to online instruction and sports and extracurricular activities canceled, teachers still wanted to show their students they care.
A lot of teachers are upset and wanted to finish out the school year, and this is one way that we can just show them that we love them and that we're going to miss them.
It makes me really happy because like my teacher, he's like the funniest teacher like you could ever ask for.
Students waved and cheered on teachers from their houses.
I came out here to hold a poster to show my teacher.
Making the best of their current situation.
It means a lot to me that they would come out here and greet the kids. I know that there's a lot going on, there's a lot of emotions. I'm excited to have the time to spend with my kids, but I'm sad that they're missing their friends and their teachers that they love and care about.
Jaysha Patel, NBC 15 News.
Now, the parades don't stop there. Griggs Elementary teachers paraded for their students today in Tillman's Corner. Teachers waved and cheered from their cars that were decorated with balloons and signs. All around our area, teachers have taken to the neighborhood of their students to bring some fun and cheer during an unsettling time. That is awesome of those teachers. Well, State Superintendent Eric Mackey confirmed all extracurricular activities are canceled for the remainder of the school year, which now runs through June 5th. The Alabama High School Athletic Association's Executive Director, Steve Savarese, released a statement saying in part, "I'm extremely grateful to all our educators who will utilize telecommunications and other ingenious methods to continue to educate our students, as well as keep our student athletes conditioned." With graduation still in a limbo for now, we're giving shout outs to all the seniors set to graduate this year. Here are just a few of the hundreds of photos we received in the last 24 hours. Send us pictures of your senior. We would love to see them. Download the free NBC 15 app, click Explore at the bottom of the screen, then click Chime In. You can also visit mynbc15.com/chime in. After you upload, check out the gallery and see the other seniors graduating this year. The Archdiocese of Mobile has suspended public worship services and most church activities through April 18th. This means Easter services will not be celebrated in any Catholic churches this year. This Sunday, there's a drive-in worship service. A safe way to practice your faith during this pandemic is being offered in a unique way. This Sunday at Hank Aaron Stadium, you can stay in your car, turn your radio station to the preacher, and watch service on a Jumbotron. Services will be 9:30 and 11 o'clock in the morning. Turning now to weather, let's go live with Chief Meteorologist Alan Sills. He is joining us from home today with the Gulf Coast most accurate forecast certified by Weather Rate. Hey, Alan.
Hey, Kim. It's a beautiful afternoon here in West Mobile and across the NBC 15 area. Now, I'm not listening to music here, but if I were, I'd be listening to Up the Ladder to the Roof by the Supremes because temperatures have been up. We didn't hit a record today, but the other song has to do with the weather map, the radar. Take a look at the radar, and most of you would be singing I Wish It Would Rain by the Temptations. The rain is staying away from us. That's the problem. We're going into the weekend dry. The next weather maker is actually Tuesday. That's when we might get about a half-inch of rain with some thunderstorms. Otherwise, the weekend starts dry. It starts hot. Tonight, again, muggy and mild in the upper 60s to lower 70s. But at least temperatures near the coastline, lower 80s tomorrow. These are your high temperatures forecast. And just like today, it'll be up the ladder to the roof if you are north of Highway 84 in the upper 80s. And inland locations, you could be near record again along the I-10 corridor, just very, very warm. There's your forecast map. For some of us, a foggy, cloudy start, then a bright afternoon just like today. Overall dry, although you could see a sprinkle, especially in coastal counties. And then Sunday, look at that. You see that? That's how pitiful the cold front is that's on the way. As it moves through, it's going to touch off showers, but no more than 20% of the area on Sunday has the possibility of seeing any wet weather. So we have to wait until the end of the month to get some, and then we'll start April in the 70s. Reporting live from my backyard in West Mobile, I'm Chief Meteorologist Alan Sills for NBC 15.
All right, Alan, thanks so much. Well, the move away from in-house dining has had a major impact on the local restaurant industry. So here at NBC 15, we want your help in lending them a hand. Kelly Foster has more.
Today's NBC 15 restaurant rescue is Villaggio Grill at the Wharf. They dish out Italian classics and wood-fired pizzas, and right now you can get it to go or have it delivered along the Gulf Coast. They're open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, so give them a call and support our local restaurants. If you would like to see your business here on NBC 15 News or want to support your favorite restaurants, send us photos of their best dishes to restaurants@mynbc15.com. Kim?
NBC 15 is honoring our veterans, and we need your help. We're saluting the local men and women who served our country in the military. Please share your favorite picture of a veteran. We also need his or her name, rank, branch, years of service, and hometown. Please send to veterans@mynbc15.com. We will brag about our veterans every night during our 10 o'clock newscast. Well, still ahead tonight, the latest on the coronavirus outbreak in Alabama and a video that will help you get through these tough times and put a smile on your face. Here's another look at the number of coronavirus cases in Alabama. It's 627 cases across the state, 23 in Mobile County, 5 in Baldwin, 2 in Washington, and 1 in Escambia County, Alabama. 1 person has died from the virus in Mobile County. There are 3 deaths in North Alabama. Governor Ivey ordered all non-essential businesses to close effective tomorrow, March 28th at 5 p.m. Now remember, if you have any questions about the coronavirus, the state has both a hotline you can call and an email address. Both are on our website and right there on your screen. All right, let's take a moment to breathe. We've all been having a really long couple of days, many dealing with anxieties about health and finances. As the coronavirus pandemic continues, here's video that will hopefully brighten your day. This is from a viewer. People are rescuing a doe who was swimming in the water at Perdido Pass. Several people were seen jumping in the water and pulling the deer onto the swim platform of the boat. We're told it was taken to Marine Police headquarters. The current condition of the deer is unknown at this time. That's amazing to see all those people coming to the rescue of that doe. Well, that's all for NBC 15 News at 6. We're going to be back with the very latest news, weather, and sports tonight at 7 here on UTV 44 and at 10 right here on NBC 15. We'll see you at 7. Good night, everyone.